Welcome back to Robinson's Auto Tools and Time.com. Back at it with this 2008 Nissan Altima. We just got done with the exhaust. Next, the other complaint is that they are experiencing water on the floor. Most common issues with these is the sunroof. So in order for me to get to the drains, I got to remove this front cover. So it looks like I got 3 Phillips head screws. Hopefully they come right out for me. And then we'll see if there's any debris piled up in those channels. Of course, there's a nut on the back side. You gotta hold your fingers. You can set this back. Not sure if you're gonna be able to see what I'm doing down in here, but oh yeah, see all this nasty stuff. That was definitely packed in there pretty good. Might get a little noisy. Before I go any further, now that I have the heavy debris out of both sides, I'm going to puddle up some water in here. We'll see if it puddles up and see where it runs out to. Sometimes what people do is they attempt to clean these and they poke holes in them, or they come apart and then it leaks internal too. But if we pour it in here and it leaks out the front of the car, then we know, or somewhere around, can't recall where these drains are. I believe they're up front, but we'll puddle up some water here. Hopefully it doesn't puddle, but if it does, then we know for sure. This one came out pretty good. I want to do the same thing over here. Water's going down really quick. Okay, well, I just found the customer's complaint. Sure enough, we dumped water up there at the sunroof. Look what's dripping inside the car. That's right where she has the tape. So now we know it's related to the sunroof. It's making it down the tube, but did something get disconnected? Did something break? That's what we got to find now to see why this water is coming in the vehicle at this location. All right, guys, I'm just pulling everything down here. Pop this cover off. This is our hose that comes down from the top. I don't see anything wet here. What I do see is this hose doesn't, unless I popped that out when I pulled it off, but it's not retained right there. Oops, sorry. I wonder if it came disconnected. Let's see if we can see from underneath. That works. Look at all that water behind there. It's not. I mean, it's just flopping around behind the dash right now. It just doesn't feel like it's hooked up to anything at all. Yeah, sure enough, it's right there. I don't think that's right. Picking away at this. Take these screws out. Looks like I got 2 more in the back and some at the bottom. Might have to empty the glove box. Okay, guys, now that I have the glove box removed, I can see where this hose came disconnected from and why it most likely came disconnected. It's a port right there that goes out, and you can see it's plugged up solid. And you can see where the hose came off at one point, and it's just been leaking down, and this is all saturated. And it just leaks down to the floor and runs out. I'm going to work at this a little bit. I might have to put together one of my pumps to pump water through it once we get it moving, but we'll see how it goes. Pretty solid. All right, let me get my wire. All right, so what I did next, I took some really stiff wire after I was able to get like a pick in there and move some of the hard debris away. took some of this wire, got up in there. I don't know, guys. I think I got it. I can't tell how good I got it. So what I'm going to do is I'll run this hose back down here if I can. I'll let the hose do the drain out the way it should. Yeah, that hasn't been hooked up in a while. Now that we have it cleared to there and hooked up, all right, now we'll pour some water down. Make sure nothing's leaking inside. Not seeing any more water dumping in here, and the hose is hooked back up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting this upper plastic back on. Make sure we don't knock the hose off in the process. And at that point, I'll put all the rest of the plastic on. I think the last thing I'll put in is a glove box just to make sure the hose stays retained, just in case something's knocking it off. I feel like maybe the pressure, like if it builds up and that port was plugged up as much as it was, maybe just the back pressure from the water just knocked it off over time. Really don't know. It's slid on there pretty tight, so I feel like as long as we stay up with the maintenance on it now, we should be good. But we'll put it back together and see what happens. No SOB gonna take a piss on my parade. Right. Let's see what we got here. See if we're there yet. Nope, I don't think we're there quite yet. Let's see what we got to do. Up there she goes. Just need a little extra hitch in her giddy up. We got her now. Yes, I think we do. I think we do. Yeah. Then we'll have to go up top, put that all back together. It's all part of the process, guys. All part of the process. Got two more. Deeper inside, up high. You see. I'll give you another look if you. I'll give you another look. See if you need it. I say that as I can barely move. It's not the best position. Anything under the dash gets to your back. It's one of those things. Sorry for messing up your car, lady. Wasn't my intentions. We'll get to that in a little bit. This is this outer piece here. All right, let's put these three on down below. Well, I didn't have to take any headliner apart, so I'm happy about that. right, people, where do you want to sit? You want to sit down here? Tell me if you see anything crazy. Oh, I dumped the water. You hear it draining, but you don't see it draining. You know what I mean? So far, so good. Again, it's just pouring out here. All right, now to put this front back on, I think what I'm going to do is bend these a little bit tighter. So it kind of snaps on there. Maybe stays. I think they're supposed to have like double face tape on them, maybe. Looks like at one point it might have. I don't know exactly where they go. So I think if I make these spring clips a little bit tighter, yeah, I can have them snap on like that. Snap on. I can charge extra. There it goes. Here, and it kind of clips itself in there. And do the same thing with the other side. Let's try that. I'll just line up the old witness marks on the outside here. All right. I'll do the same thing with the center guy. Good. Make sure you tight one more time. Good. Well, that's going to wrap this one up for today. Exhaust is complete. It's aftermarket. We saved a lot of money going that route. There was a lot of good reviews on it. I wish it didn't use a clamp up front, and I wish it was one whole section. However, they probably do that for shipping reasons. But we'll see. I'll get it outside. I'll look at the clearance. Where it lands is like midway of the tires. So you'd have to really hit a speed bump hard or something for it to even come close. And plus, I looked at the rear, and there's some stuff in the rear that's hanging lower than the clamp. So we'll take our chances with that. Sunroof is draining. I'll have her keep an eye on everything. Till next time, guys. Stay tuned.